Good morning. My name is Angela Fagg with Messengers of Truth. I just got up. I was out feeding my chickens, and I saw a rainbow first thing in the morning. So I decided I would let you see the rainbow with me and look at how all the clouds are all different colors. It's quite neat. It's not like that every morning. You see it right there, middle there, above that house. Excuse me. It's like there's two of them there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it looks like with my eyes, let me try to get my fingers in here, right to that side. Let me see the lightning in there. I don't know. Hold on a second, let me get something. Good morning. There's a rainbow out front.
Yeah.
Yep. I wasn't planning on doing this morning. Then when I looked at the sky when I was out there with my chickens, I said, oh man, I better get this on. That's a great morning wake up. Good morning, America. All right. Good morning, world. Good morning, everybody out there that's seeing this right now. We've got a beautiful morning starting with a rainbow and the clouds all different colors, and there was some lightning. It's amazing. We are very fortunate, one, for living in America and not being born somewhere that doesn't have power or tile floors. We are very fortunate to be in this country, even though there's a lot of things we may not agree with or things that are going on. We are very fortunate. Now we just have to make sure the Muslims don't take over. Never thought I was going to say that. Figured they would just keep to themselves, being that they're in a country that has tile floors or carpet. I mean, I'm sure a lot of their houses over there, but some of the things that I see, there ain't no tile floor. There ain't no carpet in there. I don't know if you can see this up in this cloud right here. Doesn't look the same. All right, so we're going to do this right here. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, accepting hardships as a pathway to peace, taking as he did the sinful world as it is, not as I would have it, trusting that he will make things all right if I surrender to his will, that I may be reasonably happy in this life and supremely happy with him forever in the next. God, thank you so much for this amazing wake up. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you for allowing us to come to this country, God. Thank you. I appreciate it because as a woman, a lot of women don't know this, but women were not allowed to buy property. They were not allowed to own anything. They had to have a guardian, a man that had to take care of things for them. So it wasn't just about voting and other things. Women weren't allowed to do a lot of things. And look at what these feminists have done to all of us. That's what they've done. What they're doing is they're making all the things that we have gotten over the years, they are making it go away. Do you think men want women acting like that out in public all the time? They don't. Other women don't want it either. Look, the rainbow's coming back. You see that? I don't know if you can see that. The rainbow's coming back. That's amazing. The feminists have really, really messed a lot of things up. And I know some people are going to be like, well, aren't you for women's rights? Yes, actually I am. But not for what they're trying to, not for murder. You know, it took me almost a year before I could put my dog down. And I'm sharing this with you because I said something the other day, and I think I've said it in other videos. I had a hard time with putting him down because I didn't think that it was I'm not God. I can't decide if you live or die. So I took care of a very sick dog for almost 2 years. He was my best friend. I got Dukenstein when, after everything else had died, my dogs had died, everything died right after my mom did. And I moved out to New Mexico. I had a hard time. And this crazy lady, Debbie, she's passed away now. She came in one day and she asked me, she said, Angela, you've been talking about getting a dog. What kind of dog do you want? I said, well, I want a black dog, Debbie. I want a black dog because all my dogs have always been black. And she's like, really? It doesn't matter what kind? And I said, well, it does kind of. I don't want a small little, shit eater like your dogs. And she said, whoa, 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 my dogs aren't shit eaters. I'm like, come on, they are. And she said, so just a black dog? I said, yeah, a black male. I don't want a female because I don't want to deal with, their female issues. It's not fun. I've already done that before. So we were in the laundry room. So she left. And I went on about doing all my work and everything. And I went home and she called me. And she said, Angela, I found you a dog. I said, what? I said, it's only been a few hours. How did you find me a dog? She goes, I went to the post office and this old man was putting up a flyer. And I asked him right away, I said, do you have any black dogs? And he kind of chuckled. And he said, yes, he did have a black dog. So I'm going to come by and pick you up and we're going to go get him. I said, okay. It took us like 4 hours to catch him. The damn Duke was wild. He was the first dog at the fence barking at me. And I said, that dog will protect me. Ever since the first night I got him, 17 years I had him. Ever since the first night I got him, he slept in the same spot on the bed for the rest of his life. He wasn't one of those type of dogs that liked you to, he let you pet him and all that kind of stuff, but he wasn't a real cuddly dog, I don't know how to explain it. He was my little redneck doggy. He was a good dog, man. And he got sick. I feel like somebody poisoned him. He got sick and it just kept getting worse and worse. And I was making his food homemade and making sure all of his nutritions were in there, and vegetables and rice and chicken. And sometimes I bake him salmon, and it just got to the point where he hadn't been walking in a while. And he was laying out on the back porch one day because I would put him wherever he wanted to go. And he was sleeping, and I watched my dog have a seizure. And I said, I can't let him go through this anymore, but it's not I can't just go putting him down because I'm not God, and I fought with it for a long time. So finally, when I saw him like that, I said, I can't do this anymore. I gotta man up, and I gotta take him to get put down. He was so peaceful.
when he went to sleep. And then almost exactly a year later, my other dog died. But I loved him, you know? And I'm still, like, still right now, I'm like, is it my fault? You know what I'm saying? Like, did I play God by putting my dog down? I don't think I did. I think I showed him mercy. So that's our sad story for today about my dog dying and how he was my best friend. I had no friends. And that little guy would sit right at my feet. He loved sitting outside with me. He loved being outside as I do. And he would listen to everything. I'd cry and dog's not a licker, but he'd come and he'd lick my face and he was so gentle. We take a lot of things for granted, and we're taking our country for granted right now. I love my country, and I don't want to live in Sharia law. I don't want to live with a whole bunch of people telling me what I can and can't do. I've already been living that for long enough. It's 2 days in a row with a rainbow, you know. I was kind of feeling some type of way this morning and was looking outside and was watching the clouds change as the sun comes up. It was getting all pink and I'm thinking, is it going to be another one of those days, man? And then, lo and behold, I look over and all the other clouds are pink across the other side of my house. And I look up there and there's that rainbow that's still there. It's light now, but it's still there. I'm still here. You're still here. We're leveling up today. And every day we're going to level up. Always remember that you are beautiful. You are kind. You are loving. Turn my light up so you can see me better. You are kind. You are loving. And you are important. Every last human on this planet is important. Even the assholes. And we all have to remember that we are important. You are very important. You have to know that. And that you're loved. God loves you or we wouldn't be here anymore right now. He would desecrate, this whole place would be leveled. But God does care. And so does Jesus. All right? We just got to remember that. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow morning.